Hey, Karen Jones here from The Heart Matters with this issue of Scrumptious Relationships. So we're talking this time about fighting. It's a part of a lot of people's relationships. There's all kinds of stuff about, some people think it's good for the relationship, some people think it's not good for the relationship, but I want to break down for you the different kinds of things that can really lead to fighting, when it's okay to go for it and when you really want to walk away. All right? And P.S., research has shown that conflict with their women causes a much worse physiological reaction in men. It stresses them out more and they stay stressed out for longer. And I think for one reason it's because typically they're fight or flight, right? Well, they're going to get in trouble if they leave. You're trying to talk to them about something and they walk out the door, bad plan. And they're really not okay with fighting with their woman. That's not an honorable thing to do. So all of that stuff just gets internalized and pretty soon they're like a keg of dynamite. Anyway, that's a little bit of an aside. So the first thing I wanted to address is if he's doing something that is unsafe, don't even worry about it. Just let it rip, go for it. For instance, if he's driving drunk or anything like that, if it's a safety issue, don't worry about how it comes out. You can fix it later, okay? Now, let's say that it's not that escalation, but let's say something's happening that is either it's a violation of your agreements with each other or it's a violation of the values that you hold. Like if he's spent money that he's not supposed to spend, or if he's spending time with a woman that is really outside the boundaries of your relationship. Hopefully, you can keep a little bit more grounded when you're dealing with this, and my recommendation is that you go through a few steps so that you can sit down and have a reasonable conversation with him so it doesn't have to escalate into a fight, right? You're going to be upset, but ultimately you want him to hear you, right? You want him to respond to you. So first you pick a time where you can talk. You let him know that you're upset by something that has happened, the experience, how it's made you feel. You ask him for what you need from him. Ask him if he's willing to provide that for you, and then ask him what it is that he needs from you, if anything, to be able to do that for you. Now, this can still get heated, it can still be an upsetting experience, but you want to stay kind of on that track to have it be the most productive. Now, here's where I have some bad news for you. If there's something that you're finding yourself fighting about, and it's who he is, it's just the way he rolls, the time to deal with that and figure out whether you liked it or not was before you got into a committed relationship with him. Not once you're together long-term married. That is my recommendation is let that stuff go. Find a way to accept that about him and just keep remembering what it was that you loved in the beginning that had you commit to this man. Focus on that. Trying to change him, and a lot of women do this. They turn their men into a home improvement project. Bad idea. Doesn't bring out the best in you or him. So anyhow, this is a very complex issue, multi-layered. If you want to talk about this, because this doesn't really address your situation, I'd be happy to chat. But otherwise, hopefully you got something good out of this and it steers you in a little bit better direction around conflict in your relationship. So until next time, have a great couple of weeks.